Welcome to Chase Talks. My name's Chase. Today we're going to be bringing back Pokemon Draft League battles by request. I had one of my viewers of the channel request that I start recording my Draft League battles once again, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But what I said is if I recorded them again, I was going to record live commentaries rather than post commentaries because when I was doing stuff like the VGC and other things like that were live comms, I was much more enjoying that than rewatching my own footage and commentating over my own footage. So, we're going to start doing that, and your Gary Southshore Raikous are still in SAPL, which is actually the league I run, and we are in Season 6, and we are Week 2. What happened to Week 1, you might ask? Well, I got a 6-0 win. We swept the team. It wasn't a sweep in the normal manner of sweeping. It was more of a inability to break Tangrowth, Alola, and Registeel. On the left side of your screen, you can see my team as well as my new opponent's team. Really quick, I'm going to break down the team I'm bringing. As always, there's a link in the description that you can bypass my team builder and my thoughts for why I'm bringing this team and cop straight into the battle. So, with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and start breaking down this team. Now, the first Pokemon we brought was my Sylvy, which is Mega Lopunny, bringing the Lopunny out with Scrappy ability. High Jump Kick, Fake Out, Return, and Ice Punch. Now, Lopunny is actually fast enough to outrun the majority of his team, so I can actually run an Adamant Nature. 252 attack, 32 HP with 225 speed points, outspeed Cicino by 1 point, the fastest Pokemon on his team. Mega Lopunny is the fastest bunny, and Sylvy is going to be beating down everything. High Jump Kick, he's got 2 Steel types on his team, so High Jump Kick is going to do work against them. Fake Out Return kind of covers everything else. Fake Out for a little bit of priority and chip. And then Ice Punch, mainly for Dragonite. I didn't want to not have specific coverage for Dragonite. It does have the 4 times weakness to Ice, despite its multi-scale. Multi-scale. The next Pokemon that I'm bringing is none other than my best friend Victini, which is our Victor, with a Choice Scarf, running Victory Star, of course, Victini's only ability. V-Create, Bolt Strike, U-Turn, and Will-O-Wisp. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are you Choice Scarfing yourself with the Will-O-Wisp? Well, the Will-O-Wisp allows me to burn something on entry if he brings in his Dragonite, something of that nature, in order to take an attack from me. I can guarantee a burn on that to at least get some chip damage and wear down its multi-scale. If we get the multi-scale down, Dragonite does not become that much of a threat against my team, especially if it's burned. No multi-scale with its attack chopped down from the burn. It's not going to be as good. I just realized I didn't put the last 4 points in. I'll go ahead and put those in special defense. I think he has more special attackers because he also has threats like the Sylveon and the Vaporeon, which is why I have the Bolt Strike, U-Turn for momentum, and the V-Create to get one big, old, powerful Choice Scarf attack. Mega Scissor ain't going to be taking that. Nothing going to be taking that. Even Vaporeon really does not want to take a V-Create. But 252 attack, 252 speed with the 4 extra points. In special defense and a Jolly Nature, I want to make sure I'm outspeeding everything on his team, so that's why I didn't run any speeding shenanigans. The next Pokemon, the last offensive Pokemon on my team, is our Spoopy Ghost, our Gengar. With the choice specs, Cursed Body is his ability, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Energy Ball, and Hidden Power Ice, once again for Dragonite. Energy Ball is mainly to hit Vaporeon, Sludge Wave for, Sylveon and some all-around stab, and Shadow Ball just to get those attacks. I know he does have 2 normal types on his team, but despite having 2 normal types on the team, I am going to be able to beat down some Pokemon if I get a Choice Specs, Shadow Ball off. 252 in special attack, 4 points in special defense, 252 speed, and a timid nature. The next Pokemon on my team is none other than our Green Ranger, which is Tangrowth, with the Assault Vest, Power Whip, Knockoff, Poison Jab, and Earthquake. 248 in HP, ensuring that we have that odd HP stat. 58 points in attack, just to give us that little extra boof in the attack, a little bit of oomph. With the Sassy Nature, and 204 in special defense, making us a very strong special defensive wall, and it is the first half of our Regenerator Core. The second half of our Regenerator Core is none other than the Purple Ranger, my favorite Power Ranger regenerating core. My Purple Ranger and my Green Ranger, and the Purple Ranger is none other than Alola with a Rocky Helmet this time. He's got some good physical threats on his team, like the Scizor and the Dragonite, so I just wanted to get a little bit extra chip damage if they do decide to come in and try and set up on the Alola. We can get the chip damage off with Rocky Helmet's Toxic to get rid of that Dragonite, put it on a timer, and then Scald for all-round coverage, Wish, and Protect in order to make sure I stay sustained, and just pass around the Wish on my team. 248 in HP to ensure that odd HP stat, 252 in defense with the Bald Nature, and the final 8 points in special defense just to ensure that little bit of that extra special bulk in case I do have to end up taking a special attack. And the last Pokemon on our team is our 6-star Dragon Ball, which is our Registeel with leftovers. Clear Body is his ability to make sure his stats cannot be reduced. Earthquake, Seismic Toss, Toxic, and Stealth Rocks. 248 in HP, once again ensuring that at HP stat, 8 points in defense, and 252 with the Careful Nature in special defense. So that is the team. With no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cut until we are in the battle. Alright, hopping into the battle. It looks like he brought Mega Scizor, Dragonite, Cinccino, Arcanine, Magnezone, and Alolan Doug trio. I wonder if I just lead with my Estalvo here. What can he really do against that? I kind of want to see what he does against Estalvo. So I kind of want to see lead Estalvo and see what happens. But I could be risking Estalvo a lot. I could just lead 6-star Dragon Ball and go ahead and get up my Stealth Rocks to put up a little bit of extra chip damage. You know, I'm going to do that. Let's see what he goes up against. So he brings out his Magnezone, and I'm trapped! Well, let's go ahead and get my Stealth Rocks up. That's interesting. So he has Magnezone's Magnet Pull ability. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, so he goes ahead and brings in his Arcanine. I'll go ahead and switch into Purple Ranger and see what he wants to do. Oh, he Toxics me. Oof. Man, I want to set up a Toxic here, but he's got 3 Steel types. He switches to any of those Steel types, and it wastes my turn. I could predict that he switches into one of the Steel types and go for Victor here. Is that over-predicting? Miss Arcanine could just be set up to 1v1 Alolan Ninetales. Or Alolan Ninetales. Alolan Mola. Oh my gosh, where'd Alolan Ninetales come from? You know what? I'm going to click the Toxic. I'm not going to I feel like I'm trying to over-predict myself here. Worst case scenario, I can just switch back into my Registeel. And he goes into Dragonite, so Dragonite loses multi-skill, and he takes the toxic damage. Both of which I'm okay with. I'm glad I didn't switch into Victini. Though if I would have switched into Victini, I could have burned it. Instead, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and switch into my 6-star Dragon Ball and see what he wants to do. He's going to set up Dragon Dance, but he's on a timer. You're on a timer, my friend. You're on a timer. Let's go ahead and hit him with the Seismic Toss. Catch one of his Steel types just in case he comes in. He does hit me with the Fire Punch. Ooh, that does a good amount of damage. But he's going to take another round of Toxic damage. And I can predict the Fire Punch. And I can go back into my Alola Mola. And he's going to die to Toxic this turn. Which means Alola Mola is going to get the passive kill. From the Rocky Helmet damage, actually. The Rocky Helmet damage picking up a kill. Alola Mola gets the passive damage from the Rocky Helmet. That's perfect. Perfect job, Alola Mola. So he went ahead and got rid of his Dragonite. That's a big threat that I was worried about. You guys definitely heard that. If you listened to me during the team preview, that's one thing I was worried about during this match was his Dragonite setting up on me. But thanks to the amazingness of Registeel, we were able to tank a Fire Punch and only take half damage. It's especially defensive Registeel too. Registeel's just got 150 defense, bringing it way too much bulk. Now what's he gonna do here? I would think that he would bring in Cinccino and try and go for if he has the grass move, oh my gosh, Bullet Seed. If he has Bullet Seed on Cinccino with Skill Link, I would assume he goes into Cinccino here. He could go back into Arcanine. I am Toxic, though. If he does go into Cinccino, I can always protect and see what he does. Let's see. So he does go into Cinccino here. So I don't think I'm gonna try and over-predict this. I can just go straight into Green Ranger. I can protect to see what he does. Or I can just go ahead and go right into Green Ranger. He actually didn't bring Sylveon or Vaporeon. I just realized that. I was definitely worried about those as well. I really want to get a Salvo turn in, because unless he's Choice Scarfed, which I'll find out by going into Green Ranger. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch into Green Ranger and see what he does. So he does go for Bullet Seed, which I resist. And let's see if he's skill linked. He is skill linked. There's all 5 attacks. God in my screen. No. I'm going to go ahead and go for the... Well, knockoff here would get rid of his Choice Scarf if he is Choice Scarfed. Either way, I can take off an item on something that comes in. The only bad case scenario would be if he did decide to go into the Scissor, which he did not, and I did go ahead and take off his Magnet, which is good. I do have the Earthquake, which I'm sure he isn't expecting, so I could click Earthquake here. Since I know he has Magnet Pull, so I can click Earthquake here. I'm especially defensive. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and click Earthquake and see what he goes for. He goes for Tri-Attack. That doesn't really do much damage to me. And Earthquake goes ahead and knocks him off. Tangrowth being the MVP in and of itself. Picking up that kill with the Earthquake. Who needs sweepers when you got Pokemon like Olamo and Tangrowth just picking up the game? Woof, woof. I think that's Tangrowth's 3rd kill of the split and Olomola's 3rd kill. Man. In the first week, Alomola got 2 kills. Alright. I think Alomola... No, I don't know. Tangrowth didn't get 2 kills. Alomola got 2 kills. Registeel got 2 kills. And, Gengar got 2 kills in my first game in the first week. So I got a 6-0. Mainly off the back of these plays like this. Turn 9, not even stalling people out. Just aggressive tanks. Being aggressive. You can't break me, but I sure can break you. Oh, man. I love Tangrowth. I love my core right here. Now that's a problem. You know what? My plan was to go into Purple Ranger if this happened. I am going to go ahead and go into Purple Ranger. I think. Because even if he sets up a Swords Dance, he'd have to set up like a lot of Swords Dance, and he'd be risking getting burned. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If he sets up a Swords Dance, which he doesn't, he goes for Aerobatics, which is weird because Aerobatics doesn't get boosted from the Megastone. I don't know if he knows that or not, but Acrobatics, oh my gosh, does not get boosted from losing the Megastone. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and go for Scald here. So we do get that. Do we get the burn? We do not get the burn, which is okay. I'm going to go back into Tangrowth. Just trying to find a good switch in at this point. Because I don't want to take an attack on... Which he could totally predict my switch in to Tangrowth. But I'm a full HP Tangrowth. Does he have anything that can break me? I think he's got to attack my Alomola. Ooh, he Tail Slaps. Which that does 0 damage. Jeez. 5 hits and it does what? 62%? I'm still alive. I'm going to click Knockoff again. I'm going to see if he's Choice Scarfed and click Knockoff again. This isn't going to kill me unless it was a roll the first time, which I should have been because I only took 40% HP. We'll get rid of whatever item he had. He did have the Choice Scarf, which is perfect. I was worried about that because if he was Choice Scarfed, he would have outsped my Estalvo. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm going to go ahead and go into 6-star Dragon Ball. I want to preserve my Green Ranger. Even if 6-star Dragon Ball goes down here, that's not the worst thing in the world. I go ahead and lose my leftovers, which does suck. But it does leave me open here to hit him with a Seismic Toss. And see what happens. Unless Cincino has a fighting type move, there's nothing that he really has that does damage. I haven't seen his last move yet. But I have seen the Bullet Seed, Tail Slap, and the Knockoff. And Bullet Seed, Tail Slap, and Knockoff are all going to do no damage to me, especially since I've already lost my item. So Knockoff isn't going to do damage. And I resist both Bullet Seed and Tail Slap. So, unless he has a fighting type move as his final move for Dragon Ball, or my 6-star over here, I don't think he can really do much damage to me. So this leaves me a free roam to just hit a Seismic Toss and do some damage on something that comes in. I could click a Poison move, but 2 of his remaining Pokemon or I could click Toxic, but it is a Poison move, and 2 of his remaining Pokemon are Steel types, so I don't really want to click Toxic here. Ooh, I haven't done really any calcs either. I was worried about like going back and forth in the middle of the game, and having to do calcs. Because I do have a calc page open, but I haven't really had to do calcs. Everything that I've done so far has kind of been that I've known off the cuff. Mostly from using Tangrowth and Alomomo so much in Draft League that I'm really familiar with their kind of capabilities of what they can take and what they can't take. They're both really hard Pokemon to break. They're actually deceptively hard to break, especially Alomomo. You really need a taunter, as I'm going to throw away the main way too. But I feel like most people know that's the main way to beat a little mole. But you really need a taunter in order to take down a little mole to stop it from wish healing itself, so that you get it into a spot where it basically has to take a Z move and then die. Or it just has to take repeated damage or switch into something else to take the damage, which could set you up to kill something else. So you're basically at that point choosing on whether you want to sack off something to save a little mole or you just want to kill a little mole itself. But since this was Scarfed, I'm assuming that this doesn't have Taunt, and I don't know what else on his team could have Taunt. But I'm pretty sure Cincino gets it. I don't think Alolan Dugtrio gets it. I'm pretty sure that Scizor doesn't get it. Does Arcanine get Taunt? I don't think Arcanine gets Taunt. I guess I could search that up and see. Let's see what he switched into. He switched into Scizor, so Scissor's going to take a Seismic Toss here. That's totally okay. What I'm going to do is go back into Purple Ranger here. Or do I... He's going to use a fighting move. I could totally go into Victor here. And Victor could set up... But I still got Arcanine. Worst case scenario is I click a V-Create, Arcanine takes some damage, and then I go right back into Purple Ranger. Yeah, I'm going to go into Victor. I'm going to make a more offensive switch this time. He goes for the return, actually. That's an interesting play. I'm going to go ahead and click the V-Crate. There's nothing stopping me from clicking V-Crate. Worst case scenario, Arcanine comes in and takes it. We'll see how tanky Arcanine is if Arcanine does decide to take it. If not, he actually brings in his Alolan Dugtrio. That's a Steel type! What are you doing? Bam! And it gets taken right out. Oof, Tangled Hair, though. What's Tangled Hair do? And it was Rocky Helmet. Oof. Oof. I don't remember what Tangled Hair does. But Cincino dies to rocks. That's another kill for Registeel. Passive kill for Registeel. Cincino dying to rocks. At this point, so he's going to switch back into his Scizor. I'm at -1. Do I still outspeed Scizor? I'm at 249. He's at 276. 273, I mean. 240. I don't outspeed it. How much did Scizor do to me the first time? He did 38.6% to me with return. I think return is his best attack, so but I'm at -1 this time. Ooh, I don't want to lose Victini. I'm going to go ahead and switch into Purple Ranger. He does go ahead and use the return. He's going to take Rocky Helmet damage, leaving him at 1%. Come on. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the Scald. I was really afraid I was going to lose Victini there. Preserving a possible 6-0 here. There's still a chance that Arcanine could be using Wild Charge with Electrium Z, which might actually be enough to kill me here. Oh, but he's going to go ahead and die to Rocky Helmet damage. That's Purple Ranger going ahead and picking up another kill. I'm going to click Protect just in case he does have the Z move. Stream Speed, interesting. I'm going to do some... Do I take the risky play to try and preserve the 6-0 and switch into Green Ranger to get the healing? Or do I just click Wish and take the extreme speed and go into Estalvo and win 5-0? Ooh, I'm going to click Wish and go into Estalvo. Oh, I lived that. Oh, but I still died to Toxic. Rest in peace. Alright, Mega Lopunny, let's get this done. You're going to Mega Evolve, and Return should kill Arcanine at this point. I don't want to risk a high jump kick miss and then end up dying. And that does go ahead and take him out. He actually didn't even click the extreme speed there. But was that Rocky Helmet too? Oh wow, that was Rocky Helmet too. So we end up getting the 5-0. Not as good as our 6-0 in week 1, but I still didn't take that because our Gary Southshore Raikous are picking up our second win, bringing us to 2-0. GG to Plushie, he of course played great. Alomomo, Tangrowth, and Registeel are all just very hard Pokemon to break. And especially Plushie is a new person who's more recent to Draft League, switching over from Draft League normal competitive to Draft League. So they're definitely harder Pokemon to break, and if you don't prep specifically to beat them, they can definitely hold you up. Even without just moving it primarily as stall. But that's going to be it for this game. Thanks for watching. Remember, rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe so you never miss another episode of Chase Talks. And next week, we're going to be moving on to week 3, and we'll see how we do. Until next time, this is Chase, signing off.